The Galaxy A22 is the latest budget entry-level device from Samsung that is now available nationwide for purchase. The 4 gigs of RAM and 64 gigs of internal storage will cost you 89,100 naira, while the 4 gigs of RAM plus 128 gigs of storage goes for 97,000 naira. The Samsung Galaxy A22 is the only budget smartphone with optical image stabilization at the moment. This feature helps your camera to deliver excellently well. But in this case, the optical image stabilization feature was paired with 48 megapixel main camera. Now, the optical image stabilization helps. It helps your photography and videography. So with the optical image stabilization, your picture won't be blurry, number one. Then number two, the optical image stabilization also helps you to take crisp or clearer image even in low light condition. Then number three, it also helps in videography making in terms of stability. So OIS is an important feature that will help your camera to perform very well. And normally the OIS feature used to be in flagship smartphones. So it is very good to see Samsung. First of all, they introduced the OIS on the Samsung Galaxy A52, but now they have brought it to a more budget-friendly smartphone, Samsung Galaxy A22. Kudos to Samsung. But the question is, how did the optical image stabilization impact the camera experience of the Galaxy A22? Well, it is a mixed feeling. Now I'm going to compare the OIS 48 megapixel of the A22 to the OIS on the 64 megapixel of the Samsung Galaxy A52. Now take a look at the pictures. You will see that the Galaxy A52 camera's pictures are better. But when it comes to the Galaxy A22, the pictures are softer. And even in low light condition, you will notice that Samsung Galaxy A22 it lacks some details compared to the Samsung Galaxy A52 with OIS 64 megapixel. The night imaging in low light conditions, the pictures looks sharper and has more details. So does that mean that the optical image stabilization doesn't work on the Galaxy A22? That's not the case. The OIS feature cannot do the work alone. It is in collaboration with a good camera sensor to improve the OIS image capability on your smartphone. So the reason why you see that the Galaxy A52 performs better than the A22, even though those smartphones have OIS on their camera, is because the 64 megapixel sensor on the A52 is better than the 48 megapixel on the Galaxy A22. Now, the Samsung Galaxy A22 cannot shoot in 4K. You only have 1080p video resolution and it is locked on 30 frames per second. Now, the 8 megapixel ultra-wide camera is also soft, and then you have 2 megapixel depth sensor and 2 megapixel macro that complete the quad rear cameras. Now, in terms of the selfie camera, the imaging is also very soft. The quality is average. It is not super impressive. The Samsung Galaxy A32 and Samsung Galaxy A52 selfie cameras are better than what we get on the Galaxy A22. So overall, if I'm to rate the camera experience of the Galaxy A22, I will rate it 5/10. It's average. Now, when it comes to design, the Galaxy A22 has a glossy back that is glossy and easily attracts fingerprints, which can look messy sometimes. So I would advise you to use a protective case to cover the smartphone to avoid the regular cleaning of the fingerprint dents. Now at the bottom of the smartphone, you have the 3.5mm headphone jack, a mouthpiece, a USB Type-C port, and then a speaker which is not very loud. You know, this is how it works. If you have a smartphone that is slim and compact, the speakers won't be great. But when the smartphone is bulky and big, it tends to have great speakers. Now, on the left-hand side of the smartphone, you have the volume buttons and the fingerprint sensor that also serve as the power button. Now, the side-mounted fingerprint is very fast. From my experience, it takes you 0.03 seconds to unlock the device. In the areas of display, you have 6.4 inches Super AMOLED screen with 720p screen resolution and 90Hz refresh rate enabled. The Galaxy A22 is compact and very comfortable to hold. Performance-wise, the Galaxy A22 is powered by a MediaTek Helio G80 chipset paired with 4 GB of RAM, which is decent for a budget smartphone of this kind. My experience so far with this smartphone, I would say it is made for average or for light users. So if you are an intensive user or a chronic gamer, I would advise you to get a smartphone with 6 or 8 GB of RAM, because the 4 GB of RAM you have here on the Galaxy A22 would easily start getting slow over time with the more intensive applications that you install on the device. Software-wise, Samsung has always been doing great, and they've promised the Galaxy A22 to have 2 years of major software updates. Although it runs Android 11 out of the box now, but it is certain that in due time it will be upgraded to Android 12 and Android 13 in due time. Battery-wise, Samsung Galaxy A22 is a fantastic smartphone. The battery is fantastic. It will give you up to 8 hours screen on time while you are rocking 90 Hz refresh rate. So on 60 Hz you get up to 11 hours. So my conclusion on this smartphone would be that the Samsung Galaxy A22 is better than Samsung Galaxy A12. It is far better in all areas than the Galaxy A12. However, it is still a little behind of the Galaxy A32 because that comes with full HD plus resolution. Although my full comparison with the Galaxy A32 might likely come anytime soon, and I also compare to the likes of Tecno Camon 17. Not to miss out on those comparisons, hit the subscribe button and turn on the post bell so you'll be among the first to get it when it drops. So also, you can also follow me on social media at MyHD on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook. I will link it below in the description. Just click it and follow me straight up. So tell me what you think about Samsung Galaxy A22, the cheapest smartphone in the market with optical image stabilization. Let me know your opinion in the comment section. Thanks for watching. It's MyHD here, and I'll see you around in my next one.